Alright, so, we're gonna finally close the book on the Marvel Haul from Chris. And this is the final book in that collection, Tiger Division. So yeah, this is the end of the official end of the Marvel Haul that Chris sent me, and he said very soon the independent haul will be coming soon. I don't know, I know a few books, but I don't know all. I have to ask him again. Anyway, but let's get started with this book, Tiger Division. So what is Tiger Division? It's probably a character team that you are not aware of. Don't worry, I wasn't either. So this is South Korea's premier team. Marvel does this thing where they have a lot of teams based around different countries, and South Korea hasn't really gotten a team, so this is their first one. And it has characters that are, at least two characters that are have already appeared. Arctic Fox and Luna Snow, who most of you guys know was an original character they used in one of the Marvel apps, I believe. I never played it. So what is Tiger Division? Tiger Division is basically, like I said, a South Korean superhero team led by a superhero whose name, this guy right here, his name's Taewon. His superhero name is so goddamn impronounceable, I'm not even going to bother. He is led with Luna Snow, Arctic Fox, I think that's her name. I know it's something Fox. The General, Mr. Enigma, Gunnar, and I need to look up the last person's name. Lady Bright, that's it. Yeah, so these guys basically are, brought together, and it's very clear this book is kind of a sequel to something else. There's character stuff in here that I needed to read beforehand. Because they talk about, being trapped in another dimension. I'm like, I didn't know that. Also, they're kind of working outside of the South Korean government in a way, which they've talked about in another book. So there's this book clearly has, history and whatnot that I am not aware of in any way, shape, or form. But this main story is focusing on Taewon and his secret origin that he's hiding from everyone. Basically, Taewon is kind of like a Superman-esque character, but there's another secret, which I won't go into, following with it, and also with his adopted older brother as well. Yeah, these characters all pretty neat. They all bounce off of each other, but they all just feel like supporting characters with Taewon being the main focus of this story. And that's kind of the problem, is that this may as well have been called Taewon, I'm going to keep saying Taewon because his superhero name is goddamn impossible to pronounce and not make me look like an idiot. It should have been called Taewon and the Tiger Division. Also, and I don't know what it is, but it feels like a lot of Marvel and by and large DC, whenever they do these, comics that focus on, Eastern teams, it feels like they just keep telling the same story. And I don't know what it is, if that's a marching order or whatever, but it all feels like the same story, where the character gets magically empowered or, joins the government or something, and they have to fight a family member. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but every one of them, from New Superman, the Chinese Superman from DC Comics, to this, to a majority of these new comics that are focused on superheroes. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for having other more superheroes to really play to play around the sandbox with from other nations. It feels kind of pointless to have just American superheroes, because the Avengers can't be everywhere, and you kind of need more you kind of need superheroes that can kind of get to your to a country's needs quick. So that's why we kind of need all these other superheroes. But I digress. It's kind of but however, like I said, they feel like they're really just telling the same story over again. Hell, how this story plays out and what kind of story it is it really does feel like like I went and I thought to myself, I really feel like I'm reading the same story again. I don't know if it's like, again, marching orders from editorial or something like that, but something feels fishy here. All in all, it's all right. If you were a fan of Luna Snow from the Marvel, I don't know which one she originated from, but if you want to expand your reading to other characters outside of Marvel, here you go. I will say this does kind of take some prerequisite reading, because this kind of treats it like, oh yeah, this is just another chapter in a story. Yeah, so there you go. I hate coming down on these on these last few books, because but then again, Chris always talks about honesty with these. So if you have read Tiger Division, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Chris, thank you once again for not only that book, but also all of the Marvel Haul, and I cannot wait to see what the independent haul is going to be like. But yeah, other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.